Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about decision making in C++. As C++ is a vast programming language, it provides us many functionalities to build our logic more precise, more stronger, and have a uh, better decision making in it. Like sometimes we input things from user and we have to decide what we are going to do if the condition is going to be true and what we are going to do if the condition will be false. So let us start how we make decisions in C++. Decision making in C++ is basically a feature that provides us to write decision making statements. We can make our coding a decision making code, or we can say that one can make a code deciding on the condition what is going to be executed and what is going to be not executed. We can execute a block of code based on certain conditions with the help of decision making structures. What are they? They are if else statements. The if statement alone tells us that if a condition is true, it will execute a block of statements, and if the condition is false, it won't. Like if I say if A is equals to 2, I write a statement if A equals to 2, then if A is equals to 2, the condition is true, then the code written behind the if statement is going to be executed. But if A is going to be 1 or 3, that means A is not equals to 2, or I can say A equals to 2 is false, then the if code is absolutely not going to be executed. Then what? The else block we have. What is going to execute? That is called the else statement. Here comes the else statement. We can use the else statement with if statement to execute a block of code when the condition is false. It is not mandatory to use else statement. Okay, if you want the condition is true, then will this code will get executed. If you want nothing happens if the condition is false, then you can do nothing. But if you want something to happen if the condition is false, you may write a block of code within else statement. Now let us see how we can do this in C++. It will be going to better understand, you are going to better understand with this diagram. Starting from here, okay? If condition, this is the condition we are going to write here. This is the place where we are going to write the condition. If the condition is true, then this code, which code? The code written behind if, the code written below if is going to be executed. And if the condition is false, then the else condition, the code written below else condition is going to be executed. Suppose मैं यहाँ पे लिखती हूँ if a is greater than 3, तो अगर a में 4, 5, 6 कुछ भी है जो 3 से greater है, that means the condition true है, तो ये वाला कोड एग्जीक्यूट होगा. और अगर a is 1 or 2 or any negative number, that means a is not greater than 3, the condition is false, then directly the else code will be executed. And either if or else, whichever block is going to be executed after the execution of any one of these blocks, the compiler is going to be going to execute this statement that is outside the if else code. What I'm trying to say is, अगर if condition true होती है तो ये कोड एग्जीक्यूट होने के बाद कंपाइलर बाहर आ जाएगा. अगर ये कंडीशन फॉल्स होती है तो ये कोड एग्जीक्यूट होने के बाद कंपाइलर बाहर आ जाएगा. दैट मीन्स इन दोनों में से एक कंडीशन एग्जीक्यूट होगी और कंपाइलर अल्टीमेटली आउटसाइड इफ एल्स ब्लॉक आ जाएगा. Let us have the syntax of this. If is written as it is, हम if लिखते हैं and the condition here, and then we put the braces open, the code which is going to be executed, and braces close. Else condition में same, we don't write any condition here. Why? Because this condition is going to evaluate whether the code is else is going to execute or not. अगर ये condition true होगी तो ये execute होगा, अगर यही condition false होगी तो else execute होगा. That is why else do not have any condition. और ये braces open and braces close, इसके बीच में जो भी block of code होता है that is executed with else. Now let us see an example of that. Here I have a C++ block of code, that is int main. Now I'm going to show you an example of how to find a greater number between two numbers. So I'm taking here two numbers, num1 and num2, that are integers. Now let us initialize these numbers. I say num1 contains 5 and num2 contains 10. So I'm going to write here the if condition. If num1 is greater than num2, means if this condition is true, what is going to happen? Num1 is going to be greater number. So num1, I write here, I will display to user num1 is greater, and if the condition is false, अगर ये num1 is not greater है, that means num2 is greater than num1. So there is no chances of ambiguity. इन दोनों में से एक कंडीशन ट्रू होने वाली है, तो num2 is greater. I'm going to display in else that num2 is greater. Now let us run this program, and the output is num2 is greater. Means here the condition is false, num1 is not greater than num2. Condition false होती तो else block execute होगा, num2 is greater. Now let us change these numbers. I say num1 15, then that means the if condition is going to be true, num1 is greater than num2. So the output will be the if block will be executed and num1 is greater. Num1 is greater is displayed here. So if the condition is true, this code will execute it. If the condition is false, this code will be executed. What if I have a condition in which both the numbers are same? I say it if, else, if, and else statement. We also have a statement in C++ in which we can check more than two conditions. So we use the else if statement to specify a new condition if the first condition is false. The syntax of if, else, if block is, if the condition is true, you have to execute this code. Else if, you can check another condition, and if it is true, that this block will be executed. Else this condition is also false. If this condition is false, this will execute it. If this condition is false, else will get executed. You can place as many else if conditions as you want. Let us understand this with an example. In the same concept, same program, suppose I make both the numbers same. Now this condition is false, and this is also going to be false, because if num1 is not greater than num2, then num2 is also not greater than num1. So I am going to put here another condition, if num2 is greater than num1. This is going to be false also, because this is false and this is also false. So the third condition is going to be true, which is both the numbers are same. Got it? There may be more than one condition, so we can put if, else if. This is false, then compiler will check this condition. This is also false, then compiler will go here. And it will also work with if both the numbers are different. Now let us run this code, and we are going to get an output that both the numbers are same. So you can put more than two conditions here. How many else if you want, you can decide it. Thank you so much for today. This was all about conditional statements in C++.